Welcome to this virtual open day. On behalf of all of those in two departments, that's the Department of Rehabilitation and Sports Sciences and the Department of Sport and Event Management, we'd like to encourage you to get excited and think about the sports degrees that we offer here at Bournemouth University. Now, on behalf of all of my colleagues, I'm giving the talk today. My name is Professor Tim Rees, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about all the different degrees we have on offer. We have 4 degrees, 3 of which I'm going to talk to you about today. So they are the BSc courses in sport management, sports coaching, and sport and exercise sciences. The sports therapy degree will be covered in a separate talk. Of particular note, our degrees run over 3 or 4 years, and there's some crossover between the programs in terms of some of the core content. The flowcharts I'm going to show you over the next couple of slides show how students progress through year 1 to either to year 3 or to year 4, depending on whether they do a yearly placement. I'm going to talk a bit about that again later as well. I'd suggest that at your leisure you go away and have a look at the modules we offer, but the general principle is you do core work to do with your degree course, and then in year 2 you start to be able to choose options, and then in your final year you have to do a dissertation or a research expedition, and at that point you also have much more optionality as well. The same is true both for sport coaching and also for our brand new degree, which is in sport and exercise sciences. This degree is being run by a team of scientists across biomechanics, physiology, psychology, nutrition, and is based around our human performance and nutrition laboratories, which are a state-of-the-art setup with incredible facility, incredible area to work in, and also wonderful equipment and facilities for all of the testing that we do. Now, it's important to understand the environment that you would be entering into if you come to Bournemouth University. So we wanted to just tell you a little bit about us and some of the things we do. So in addition to all the teaching, we're strongly encouraged to be active in applying our knowledge. So here are some examples of where staff are applying their knowledge. So here's an example in the bottom right corner of Dr. Andrew Calloway working with AFC Bournemouth. Dr. Rebecca Rendell in the top right working with Jonathan Brownlee. We have Dr. Susan Dewhurst in the top left-hand corner working with Army Netball as a sports scientist and head coach. Dr. Emma Kavanagh was working closely at the Commonwealth Games, and also you can see an image of Dr. Bruce Grant-Braham, who's worked in many situations with motorsport, and also Dr. Amanda Wilding has worked as a psychologist with Bournemouth Football Club's academy as well as with Southampton Football Club. Further, while you might think academics are relaxing during their holidays, they are cracking on with their research. In fact, we're doing research the whole year through, and even now, during these unprecedented times, we're all continuing to do our important research. So, for example, in the bottom right corner, you can see Dr. Shelley Ellis, who has been working within biomechanics of the kayaking for women and looking at the boat design and so on, and seat height. And also you'll see 2 images of what are called Fusion inaugural public lectures. One of those was given by Professor Mike Silk around Olympic and Paralympic mega events. In the bottom left corner, that's me, and I gave my inaugural lecture about nature, nurture and beyond, what underpins exceptional sport performance. This is work that I've done with UK Sport, with England and Wales Cricket Board, and with England Rugby, about trying to understand the throughput of talent from early starts right through to what we term as super elite levels of performance. Now, why this is important to you is because we try to bring from the real world and from research what is the latest cutting edge thinking, and we apply that to our teaching. And we also not only lecture ourselves, but we bring in expert teachers from elsewhere. So you'll see in the top left-hand corner, for example, a guest speaker. This is Jake Sheaf, beach volleyball athlete and athlete ambassador. We also had Jermaine Defoe from AFC Bournemouth come to speak to us. So we have lots of expertise from far and wide come to talk to our students, as well as the lecturing that is done by us. Now, similarly, we've undergone a major review of how we assess all of our work. So rather than students simply sitting exams all the time, we have lots of innovative methods for the way we assess our work. For example, as you can see here, we ask students to make videos, infographics, we ask students to run events, and we have lots of practical assessments of clients, producing podcasts, and so on. So lots of different ways to assess work, so you will not be just sat in an exam hall with the stress that that entails. So it really gives the opportunity for students to show their skills in lots of different ways. Now, one key part of the experience of Bournemouth is our industry placement. For a long time, all courses at Bournemouth were across 4 years, and your industry placement was across the 3rd year. We now offer that as more of an option. So you either do a full 30-week placement during your 3rd year of study, or you would do a 6-week placement in your summer holidays between your 2nd and 3rd years. We have a dedicated team to help you find and secure a placement, and every student is placed. You can set up your own placement if you think you have something in mind, and discuss that with the teaching staff here, but you will always be able to find a place to do your placement. And we have students study at some incredible places. It never ceases to amaze me when students come back and say where they've been working. And here's a list of different industry placements we've had over the last 4 or 5 years. Now, another initiative which has been developed by one of our sports coaching lecturers came out of the London 2012 Olympic Legacy. So in addition to your studies, it could be particularly useful for you if you're interested in coaching or teaching to get involved in what is called the Relays program. And I'm just going to play you a video for that to give you a flavour of that particular experience.
So Relays is an ambassador-based project which stands for Regional Education Legacy for Art and Youth Sport. And originally it was actually set up in the build-up to the London 2012 Olympics, and the idea was to combine the sports, the arts, the music, the cultural aspect of it, connecting with universities as a sort of outreach-based project. What's happened over time is post-2012 Olympics, the funding has certainly come through Bournemouth University from fair access and widened participation. We've had to sort of rebuild the project as we've gone, but where it is now is about students who are willing and wanting to get practical experience to complement the academic underpinning of their degree out there in the community, that we can provide opportunities for them to go out and get experience like within the working industry. So that's the essence of it. In terms of the types of experiences they can have experiences in local schools, primary, secondary, with lots of connections with local sports clubs. Obviously you've got the event aspect, hence why we're down here at AFC Bournemouth and the Vitality Stadium. So there's always something for everyone. So it's about those students that really want to sort of complement that academic theory with some practical opportunities, and that's the nature of what we do.
Gives you opportunity to practice coaching, officiating. It's an opportunity to enhance your CV, make you more employable, make stands out from the crowd. It's opened my idea more about coaching, because I was not so keen on so much of the coaching aspect so much, but now I've started getting a little taste of it. It makes me feel like I want to do it a bit more.
Well, Relays is open to anyone. In the past it was a bit restricted to the sports degree, but what we've certainly tried to do is to open up the variety of roles that we have on offer. So even if you don't necessarily want to be a sports coach, then there are other ways that you can get involved. I think we sort of base this idea on being talented in sport and being gifted in PE. So talented in sport are those that are eager performers. Gifted in PE are those ones that want to be coaches, maybe managers, maybe step into performance analysis. So we've worked pretty hard over the last few years to create a wide variety of roles. You can get involved just by contacting Relays at bournemouth.ac.uk. You can link into the Relays Dorset Facebook page and the Relays BU page as well. And you'll always see a few guys walking around the campus with the famous blue and yellow hoodie, so never be afraid to stop off and say hello.
Relays, it gives you a broad range of experience. Like, you're doing not just one sport or your preferred sport, you're doing different activities every day. So today we're doing badminton, another day we could be doing football, another day we could do basketball. And we're also mixing with different genders, we're mixing with different people as well, different cultures. I believe that Relays is for everyone. I mean, people say, oh yeah, how do I join? You don't really join, you just come along. And everyone here is welcoming. And I just feel as if it's really good because it aids personal development.
I think some of the research that's out there, certainly around employability, is around about defining what employability is and what sort of skills that we need. And I think obviously the way that technology is going, what roles and what jobs may exist now may not exist in 5 or 10 years. So the world is changing, the face of employment is changing, education is changing. So it's about giving people an opportunity to build that confidence, that leadership. The skill sets of problem solving, creative thinking are things that you potentially would not learn unless you actually experience the job anyway. So we're very much about empowering people to develop through practical experiences in the hope that that's going to benefit them when it comes to employability and then employment skills as well. But as I say, because of the changing face of it, what we're really trying to do is to create more all-rounded people when they leave BU.
There are also opportunities for you to study abroad. We have partner universities in lots of different places. So in fact, we're the leading department within Bournemouth University in terms of numbers who do take the opportunity to study abroad in their second year. So here's some examples of places you can currently study abroad, but more are coming online all the time. So then where do our graduates end up? A bit like my comment about the internship year, I'm always amazed where our students end up. Here are some examples of students who have come out of Bournemouth, but even beyond these, I have had students over the many years that I've been working as an academic do some fantastic work. So I've got students currently who are working with the Football Association, are working with the England and Wales Cricket Board, are working with Arsenal Football Club and the Chelsea Football Club, as well as within the NHS and all sorts of other industry situations. And a lot of our graduates still have a great affiliation to us, and they come back and act as guest speakers. And it's always wonderful to see our students return and tell us how fantastically they're doing. It's worth pointing out that there are also some sports scholarships available. That's something that would be worth talking to Sport BU about. Sport BU is the group that runs the competitive and recreational sports and activities and the gym on campus, and they have dedicated staff to help high-performance athletes within our performance suite. There are many different sports, and it's a fantastic community to be part of. Now, the two department functions shown here are the first year induction celebration, which is about breaking the ice, and also our fourth year students' next leg placement celebration. The next leg placement celebration is about helping our students to reintegrate, having spent a year doing their industry placement. So Bournemouth University would like to welcome you. We really hope you get excited about our courses. Please look online and look more at the specific content of our degree courses. We think we have an incredible offering here at Bournemouth. We have great facilities, a really engaged and excited staff group who are passionate about their teaching as well as about their research and about their applied practice, and we would really look forward to welcoming you to Bournemouth.